A lot has happened since the last time I posted a video here on YouTube. For the last 9 months, my wife and I have been expecting a little baby girl, and she just arrived a few weeks ago. And so we've been kind of getting integrated and getting into the routine of her and her sleep schedule and feeding and changing and all that kind of stuff. But also, in addition to that, right after we went on our sabbatical for the birth of my daughter, this video right here, our How to Grow on Twitch video, hit over 1 million views. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I am blown away. I am so thankful for each and every one of you who have watched that video or have supported this channel. And of course, I love you guys, everybody who's subscribed, the flock here on YouTube. You guys are the absolute greatest. But that video hitting 1 million views literally was one of my YouTube dreams come true. And back when I started doing YouTube videos in 2011, this was way before Twitch, this was way before streaming, things like that. I never really thought, or at least I never expected a video to hit 1 million views. Of course, it was one of my dreams and I wanted to have that happen, but to have a video hit 1 million views seemed like something so far off. And the fact that we hit 1 million views on this video is just mind-blowing, and I cannot tell you guys thank you enough. Now, a ton of you guys, and I gotta say, I'm super, super excited and happy to hear this. A lot of you guys have told me that these tips have helped you in your streaming journeys. And so if you guys haven't seen that video, there's gonna be a card up here at the top. I highly recommend you go watch that video if you're looking for ways to practically grow on Twitch. But after you watch that video, you need to also make sure you finish this video, because there are also some comments I've had come in, not as many granted, but some of you guys have said, look, I've done all the things that you mentioned. I've done everything. I've followed it to a T, and I'm still not seeing the growth that I wanna see on my channel, or I'm still feeling like I'm staying stagnant, right? So in today's video, I'm gonna cover the question that so many of us ask ourselves pretty regularly throughout our streaming journeys. Why is it so hard to grow on Twitch? And I'm gonna talk about 5 different reasons I think are probably the primary reasons that growing on Twitch is so difficult. But then I'm also gonna give you 5 things that I believe are some of the most important things to do in order to counteract those difficulties and actually be successful in your streaming journey. So that's what we're covering today. I hope you guys are ready. I'm super excited to be back. Let's jump into this video. Now, before we jump into this video, I do want to remind you guys, I am a streamer over on Twitch at twitch.tv/EagleGarrett, and I would love to see you guys over there. And that's also the best place to reach out to me with questions, comments, ideas. So swing by there, drop a follow. We would love to have you in our Twitch community as well. Also, I want to give a huge thank you to the sponsor of this video and one of our sponsors of our stream as well, Placeit.net. Placeit has thousands of mockups and templates for stream overlays, Twitch panels, logos, merch, YouTube end screens, animations, and so much more. Once you find the template you're looking for, you can customize colors, text, and other elements to make the perfect design creation. After that, download it and it's completely yours to use however you want with full commercial license. Instead of spending hundreds of dollars on design work, you can purchase a subscription to Placeit for only $7.08 a month with unlimited downloads. Just use my 15% off discount link in the description below. I'm using Placeit, guys, for a ton of stuff. I love it so much. It is one of the greatest ways to get graphics for your streams and graphics for your YouTube channel. You can customize them. You can get pretty much anything you need. So guys, I want to encourage you to check that out. And remember, use that link in the description to save yourself 15% off of the Placeit subscriptions. And then you get unlimited downloads and you own the rights to everything you download. So the graphics are yours once you download it with one of those subscriptions. So check it out, guys. Thank you, Placeit, very much. We love, love, love Placeit.net. Now, to cover the question that a lot of us ask ourselves on a pretty regular basis, why is it so hard to grow on Twitch? So the first thing that I want to talk about, and we did talk about this in our How to Grow on Twitch video as well, but it is still one of the biggest reasons it's difficult to grow on Twitch, and that is oversaturation. Now, when I say oversaturation, I'm talking about the amount of people that are streaming on Twitch versus the amount of people who are actually viewing streams on Twitch. And this has been a problem, for the last few years, especially as Twitch has grown, but really in recent history, oversaturation has become more prevalent than ever before. Now, don't let this freak you out, because YouTube has been oversaturated for years, and yet there are still channels every single day that are blowing up and becoming successful on YouTube, even with a much larger user base and audience than Twitch has. But Twitch has been growing like crazy over the last few years, and so their oversaturation has also started to become heavier and heavier as far as the amount of people streaming versus the amount of people watching. So I want to show you guys visually a little bit better what this looks like so you can understand what I'm talking about. And then we're going to talk about how you can counteract this. But if we look over here, we're at twitchtracker.com, and twitchtracker.com is basically a statistics website that follows Twitch and the number of viewers, streamers, and year over year growth and things like that. And so there are a few different metrics I wanted to show you guys that will make oversaturation make more sense. And so if we look right here at concurrent viewers, you can see all the way back in 2013, you can see, 109,000 concurrent viewers, 147,000. And as you go, it just continues to rise. And these are, the amount of viewers on Twitch at any given moment on average for these different years. And so you can see over time that this continues to grow and grow and grow and grow. And then of course, right here, right when the pandemic hits, of course, we jump up and it just skyrockets, right? When we're talking about concurrent viewers, there are a lot more people staying at home from school, staying at home from work, things like that. And so, boom, viewership on Twitch goes up, right? That's you can see the giant leap here. But even without this pandemic situation happening, all of this time right here, it's been a slow build. Twitch has been growing. And even if you look at concurrent channels, meaning the number of channels live at any given time on Twitch, again, same metric, continues to grow and get higher and higher and higher. And of course, more people during the lockdowns and stuff like that, more people started streaming on Twitch. And so that number jumps way up there to over 100,000 channels live at any given time on average in 2020. So this is a good thing for streamers. We want to see Twitch grow, and this is good growth metrics showing that the viewership and the actual broadcasters on Twitch are going up. Both numbers are going up. But look what's happened on the flip side of that, and this is where oversaturation comes in. If we go over here to viewers per streamer and we click on that, you'll notice from the same time period, 2013, that the viewership was at 49.8 in November 2012, and since then it has slowly declined until we get all the way to 2020 where it is 25 viewers on average per streamer. That is literally cut in half from what it used to be in 2012, 2013. What this means is that Twitch has been growing like crazy, more viewers, more broadcasters, but with the increase in broadcasters, it has spread out and kind of dispersed all of the viewers on Twitch amongst a lot of different streamers. And if we go down here and we look, we can actually see metrics where you look at monthly broadcasters right here, and it shows that in 2012 there were 300,000 people that would stream in a given month in 2012. Now in 2020, 6.5 million. 6.5 million, from 300,000 to 6.5 million in a given month. That is insane growth, which means that in any given month, there are 6.5 million other people clicking the go live button and starting their stream. And so it's saturated. The viewers all have these different communities. Multiple viewers are part of multiple communities. I know I'm a part of multiple people's stream communities in addition to our own. And so it gets hard. Those averages go down on viewership because now you've got a bunch of other people that are streaming at the same time. So this is oversaturation, and you can see the representation up here with the growth of Twitch for viewership and channels versus the decline of actual average viewers. But this is an interesting thing to come check out. Jump on twitchtracker.com. There'll be links for this down in the description of the video. But take a look at this and let this be something that you utilize to understand better what is going on with Twitch and kind of the rise in popularity. Of course, YouTube had a lot of the same type of thing. When YouTube was gaining popularity, there were a lot more channels, a lot more videos, and a lot more to watch. So it's not as easy to grow or have a video blow up on YouTube as it used to be back in the day. Although YouTube has continued to grow, it is massive, and there are still people blowing up or becoming full-time YouTubers and things like that every day on the platform. So just because Twitch is oversaturated doesn't mean that you can't be successful or grow on Twitch, but it means that you have to understand the state of Twitch, and then what you need to do to try to counteract that oversaturation. Now, what can you do about oversaturation? Well, the simple answer is being unique. You've got to put in the time, obviously, to build your stream, build your content and things like that. But you also have to find ways to make your content and your stream more unique and different than all 6.5 million other streamers per month, right? You got to find, what am I going to do that's going to be different? What am I going to add that's going to bring value to my stream that would make people want to come watch me when there's 6.5 million other people doing the exact same thing that I'm doing, right? Playing games, just chatting, doing art, music, whatever, right? What am I going to do differently? And so uniqueness is one of those big key factors. If you can be unique and do something that nobody else is doing, you're automatically going to stand out, because as people run across you and find out that you are doing whatever this unique thing is that you're doing, then the only place that they can come get that 1 or 2 or 10 unique things about your stream that nobody else is doing, they're going to come back to your stream because you're the only person doing it. Now, the second big thing we're going to talk about as to why it is so hard to grow on Twitch is discoverability. Now, a lot of you guys have probably already heard this multiple times. I've said it, others have said it, but discoverability on Twitch is almost non-existent. Twitch has been making great strides, at least they've been making great attempts at making discoverability a little bit easier on Twitch. They changed their channel pages, so when you go to somebody's channel page, they have a channel trailer now, which gives, somebody who sees you when you're offline a little bit more reason to maybe follow and come back and check you out when you're live. They've added recommended channels, so now they're going to recommend channels to you that they think you would like based on your other watch history and people in your community. So they've done some things like that, but Twitch is still lacking an algorithmic based search engine or an algorithmic based recommendation feed that specifically looks at different channels and helps push your channel out to people. There's not kind of a generalized or centralized feed of streams for you. You kind of are left to look at the homepage, see what's up there, and then figure out who all is streaming in each game category or whatever category you want to watch. So it's still not where it needs to be to help somebody who's starting out streaming or is trying to grow their stream. So lack of discoverability is one of the big things that holds people back, especially early on in their streaming journeys, because if people don't know you're streaming, how are they supposed to know to come watch you? And so discoverability needs to be addressed, and Twitch has been working on it little by little, but they just haven't quite gotten it where it needs to be. So how do we counteract this? How do we counteract the discoverability problem on Twitch? Well, the answer to that is one of the biggest, most important things you can do as a streamer today, and that is create content on other platforms. Now, we've talked about this in the How to Grow on Twitch video as well, but creating content on other platforms is by far the #1 way to grow on Twitch. And so if you're having a lack of discoverability on a platform, what is the most logical thing that you need to do in order to gain more discoverability? It's create content on other more discoverable platforms. So in this case, my top recommendation is going to be YouTube. And the reason why I recommend YouTube for you guys is because YouTube has one of the best algorithmic based growth systems on any content creation platform. And if you don't believe me, look at my video that we're talking about today, or the one that we talked about in the beginning of this video, the How to Grow on Twitch video. That video has 1 million views. And out of those 1 million views, you guys want to know how many times it popped up on somebody's feed for them to click on it? And it's actually kind of sad in a way. But if we go over here and look at it, right over here, this is the statistics for my videos over the last few years since I've been a streamer. And you'll look right here, you see this giant blue line? This is that How to Grow on Twitch video. Now, this video actually was put out way before all of these spikes right here that you see. All of these spikes, these are impressions of the video. So this is every time the video popped up in somebody's feed. But before this video started taking off, way early on, if we go all the way back over here, this video was getting it was getting maybe couple views, 50 views a day, or it was showing up on 50 people's feeds, homepages, or their, suggested videos and stuff. But then at some point, right along here, you'll see YouTube started showing this video. It went from 200 something people that it would show per day to 1,600, right? And so YouTube showed this video to 1,600 people, and it must have done well because the video continued to just get shown and shown and shown until it just spiked up and went crazy. And now if you go up here to the very top, that video, YouTube showed that video to over almost 300,000 people in a given day. That was on April 21st, 2020. And so what I'm showing you this for is because once I posted this video, it literally sat on YouTube with hardly any impressions or any views for like 3 months. The video just sat there. I posted the video, had a little bit of views here and there, but we were a couple hundred views for 3 months. And then after 3 months, YouTube decided, the algorithm decided, hey, people are searching for this video. I'm going to push this video out and show it to a lot more people. And as it showed it to more people clicked on it, more people viewed it. Well, now that How to Grow on Twitch video has over 32 million impressions, which means 32 million different times my video popped up for somebody when they were scrolling through videos to watch, and 1 million of them decided to click on the video and watch. So one in 32 people decided to watch that video, and that's why we have 1 million views on the video. And I show you this to say that because of YouTube's algorithm, discoverability on YouTube is much, much, much better. Even though YouTube is a much larger platform with way more people on it, way more content creators, and way more viewers, the reality is that you could put a video out there, and if your video, if you make a great video and it hits the right way or people are searching for it, your video always has the potential to be seen by millions of people. And even if it takes 3 months, like I said, this video didn't start out and just blow up. It took 3 months before it even started gaining, 100 views a day. And so the reality is that YouTube is going to be one of the greatest platforms to produce content on, that you can talk about your Twitch stream in and let people know you're a streamer. So let's say that, 1 million people have seen my How to Grow on Twitch video. Well, in that video, I talk about the fact that I'm a Twitch streamer. So we've had tons and tons and tons of people, thousands of people come from that video alone over to my Twitch channel to say what's up, to drop a follow, and to join our community on Twitch. So YouTube is going to be one of the greatest platforms that you can utilize to grow and get more discovery about your content. So discoverability is an issue, but places like YouTube create the solution. So I encourage you guys, start a YouTube channel. If you don't want to do YouTube or you don't have time to make videos outside of streaming, then maybe go on Twitter, maybe go on Instagram, and start being consistent in your content there, and work at being proficient in how to maximize your exposure on these other platforms. And the more platforms that you can be a part of and make, custom cultivated content for those things, the better off you're going to be, because the more eyes that see you from a bunch of different perspectives means more people are going to discover you as a content creator and eventually wind up on your Twitch stream talking to you while you're live. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about that makes it hard to grow on Twitch is the lack of motivation to be creative. And this really can branch out of, maybe you've started your stream and you've done a few streams, or maybe you've streamed for even a month or two and you haven't seen any type of growth or result from your stream, and you've been streaming and you feel like you're streaming to nobody, and you just don't even want to put in the effort because you kind of look at it as like, well, if nobody's going to be there, why would I put in the effort to be creative or to do fun things on my stream? That is the wrong mentality to have. You want to say, okay, what can I start doing now, whether or not anybody's watching me? What can I start doing now that will add that element to my stream that is unique, like we talked about? And how can I be creative with what I'm doing so that when somebody does come across my stream, they want to stay and they want to join, they want to follow, and they want to return? Don't let that initial, tough season of starting out a stream where maybe nobody's watching or not very many people are watching, don't let that demotivate you and pull you away from being creative with your content. You should be creative and act like you're streaming for 1,000 people, right? Or 5,000 people or 10,000 people. Every stream should be something where you are putting in your full effort, right? Whether or not someone is there. And then when people come into your stream, if they come into a stream and somebody is literally creating a super awesome environment that's unique and it's creative and they're implementing all of this stuff and they're being engaging and things like that, people are going to want to stay. They're going to chat with you and see what you're all about and potentially become a member of your community. And don't wait for people to come into your stream in order to start being creative. Start being creative so that when they do come, they want to stay. Now, a good way to counteract this lack of motivation to be creative is setting proper expectations for yourself. Understanding that streaming is not easy, and especially today with 6.5 million other people on the platform every month streaming and going live, it's not an easy process. You can't have this expectation that streaming is going to be an easy process, or that you're going to start streaming and magically somehow you're going to just gain a lot of viewers and it's going to be this great thing. It just doesn't happen that way. So instead, set a proper expectation and say, okay, it's a long journey. I understand that. I'm going to be creative. I'm going to create content that I can be proud of. I'm going to enjoy building a relationship and talking with every single person that comes into my stream. But look at it with the proper expectations and know it's going to be a long journey. It doesn't happen overnight. And instead, just enjoy that process. And if you'll do that, it takes a lot of pressure off of you. Your expectations are now realistic. And so focus on that. That'll help you out a lot. Set those proper expectations, and it'll be a lot less stressful than it will be without that. Now, that leads us into our next point that holds people back and makes it difficult to grow on Twitch, and that is the time or the patience necessary in order to grow. Now, the reality is you could be doing everything right. You could do every single tip that I've ever given you and any other, person out there giving tips on streaming has given. You could do everything. And even with all of those things, the reality is that streaming is going to take time and you've got to be patient. In most cases, you're going to have to put in the time. That means hours and hours and hours of streaming and of working off stream on your stream and, being patient with the process, because it's not easy. It's not simple. And a lot of times it can feel like you're not going anywhere. And it's because we do live in a society that's, pretty used to having things instantly. Even our phones charge faster than ever before now. You can plug your phone in and have a full charge in an hour or two. Whereas we used to have to plug our phones in overnight, right? And so we're used to everything being right here, right now, instantaneous. And everybody wants that quick growth. How do I get from 0 to 1,000 viewers in no time at all type of thing? But that's not realistic, guys. That's not realistic for Twitch. Now, one of the things that you can do in addition to understanding that it takes time and you have to be patient is to have a schedule and be consistent. Because if you're consistent and you have a schedule, not only will this help you grow, but also it'll give you a goal in mind. Set yourself a goal of, I want to be live this day, and this day. And then you set yourself that goal. So you have a schedule and you have a program that you're going to run at these different times on these different days. And not only will it help you grow and people will know when to come back and watch your stream, but now you're going to be looking at it as more of, okay, I'm putting in the time, right? I'm going to put in the time. I'm going to put in the effort, and I'm going to do everything I possibly can do. And we'll see where it goes. We're going to see what happens. So you've got to take the time to set up a schedule and to focus on being consistent, because if you can do that, it's going to put you way ahead of the game, and it's also going to help you grow a lot faster. You're going to get that time knocked out, but also people are going to know when to come back and watch. And the last thing that makes it super hard to grow on Twitch is your mentality. And guys, everybody needs to be aware of this, because mentality and your mental state as a streamer is very important. You've got to have the mentality to understand that the journey is, like we talked about, long. And so if you can hang in there and you can put yourself in the right mentality, you can look at it as a fun process, a fun journey, and something that you want to enjoy, maybe as a hobby in the beginning, maybe as something, pastime that you enjoy doing, or maybe you just want to do it whenever you game because it's a cool thing to kind of hang out with some people while you're playing a game that you love. But whatever the reason is, look at it not from this super pressured point of view, but rather look at it from a good mental place, that this is something I enjoy, this is something that I want to have fun with. And just because I don't see these numbers that I really hope or wish for doesn't mean I can't enjoy the process. So how do you do that? How do you combat the mentality, having a bad mentality about streaming, and combat that desire to kind of look at it and get impatient and things like that? Well, the number one thing, and our motto here on this YouTube channel, whenever I do these videos for streaming advice, is enjoy the journey. I've been saying it this whole time, but enjoy the journey. If you just stop and enjoy the process of streaming and the the fun that it can be looking into different types of equipment, building PCs if you're into building PCs, or getting a new PC and being able to get a better frame rate, or being able to show people your gameplay on PS4 or whatever it may be, right? It's gonna be PS5 here pretty soon, but whatever it may be, look at the different things that you enjoy about streaming, or that you enjoy about the concept of being a live streamer, and focus on those things first. Enjoy the process, and the rest will come into play. And if you're being proactive and you're doing all the right things, you're doing all the tips that we've talked about in this video and in the other videos that I mentioned, if you're doing all those things and you're putting in the time, then you have the best possible scenario for success. Not everybody is going to blow up and become the next biggest streamer on the platform. It's just not going to happen. But if you can do these things and you can enjoy the process, then whether or not it becomes your full-time job or it becomes a hobby that you love for years to come, the reality is it's been a success because you found something new that you really genuinely care about and you really genuinely love. And so I want to encourage you guys to enjoy your own journey. Enjoy this process and don't get too caught up in, the viewership and the numbers and, money stuff and things like that. Especially initially, if you're just starting out, don't look at that stuff first. Look at what's really important and enjoy it. And it's okay. It's okay to want to make money on content creation and to do it full time. There's nothing wrong with that. But if that becomes your main number one goal, because it's hard and because it takes a while to get started, it can be very discouraging. And so that's really what I'm trying to get at for you guys. But with that being said, guys, those are the 5 reasons that it is so hard to grow on Twitch, and some of the biggest ones in my opinion that are out there. But guys, I really appreciate you watching. Hopefully this video has been helpful. Let me know in the comments what you think and kind of what your opinion is, and if this has been kind of eye-opening, or if there are things you already knew or a good refresher. Also, if you want to talk to me about any of this stuff, like I said earlier, guys, I am a streamer over on Twitch at twitch.tv/EagleGarrett. I would love to see you over there. Jump into the chat. It's the best way to have a conversation about this. A lot of people reach out to me and are asking questions in different formats, and it's hard for me to get back to everybody. So jump into the chat. I'd love to talk to you there. Also, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and Facebook. Of course, links for all of that will be in the description of this channel. We do have a great Discord community, by the way. If you guys want to join, it is discord.gg/flock. We would love to have you in there. Over 22, I think it's over 22. Is it over 22? Actually, it's over 23. I just checked it. It's over 23,000 members of our Discord community. So if you guys would like to be a part of the flock on Discord, come by and join us. We would love to have you over there. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. And if you have liked this video, make sure you smack that thumbs up button. It helps get this video out to more people, and I would greatly appreciate it. And of course, in addition to that, if you like this channel and you want to see more videos like this, smack the subscribe button. We would love to have you in the flock community here on YouTube. And of course, in addition to that, if you want to know when videos come out, smack the notification bell, and that way you'll get notified when we post a new video. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, rock on, peace out, God bless, and last but not least, cacao! Let's go, baby! Let's go!